make sure that you get those Streetz Fest tickets, man. It's going down April 18th. It's going to be crazy. Meek Mill, Yo Gotti, and so many more right now on Streetz 94.5ATL.com. In the studio with me, he's a friend to the show, Rico Love. What's happening, baby?
Turn the lights on.
Producer, songwriter, I mean, just everything right now.
Artist.
Artist. Father.
Black man, you know.
What else?
All that.
So what's going on?
Everything is good, you know, just putting out new music, new content. I'm here in town. I performed with K. Michelle last night. She brought me out as a surprise guest, myself and Monica last night at the Fox. It was incredible. You know, shout out to K. Michelle, she doing her thing. You know, I've known her for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to college together back in the day. We was like 17, 18 years old.
FAMU, right?
Yeah, FAMU.
Nice, and that just came full circle.
Yeah, I remember she used to sing country western songs.
Hold on, wait a minute. K. Michelle gonna get you for putting that out there.
Oh, she loved it. That's real. She keep
country songs.
K. Michelle wanted to be a country western singer.
Are you kidding me?
I want people to understand that country western is some of the best songwriters ever known to man.
I understand, but K. Michelle.
K. Michelle wanted to be a country western. She was like a debutante from Memphis. Like, you know, she was a street chick. You know, she's from the hood, but she was a debutante. Like, she was like, you know, when I met her, she was running for student government, you know, like she was like, you know, she's super smart and super talented and gifted. So to see her grow in full circle, to see her, you know, deal with pain and grow through pain and become better and become stronger and become her own boss, you know, I really salute her. You know, I love it.
Absolutely. So what other artists have you seen grow into their field, like that just really surprised you?
So many, not surprised, because I know, you know, when I came up in the game, you know, me and Sierra, you know, Dream, you know, Jock, you know, we all was together. We was all in the same studios. Jazzy and B Cox was like the big homies, and JD, you know, we was coming up together in the game. So a lot of the artists that you see, you know, consistently thriving in this game is Keisha Cole, you know, these people that I knew back in the day, John Legend and Kanye, you know. I used to run around and follow Kanye around the street tour. I was like his little kid brother, you know, for, you know, the whole tour, like 4 months, just every day, you know, and he gave me so much game even back then. So, you know, I've been in the game a long time. I've seen it, you know, from you know, all angles.
Right. So speaking of a long time and working with a lot of different artists, I know you've written on a lot of platinum selling albums. Beyonce, I Am Sasha Fierce, Usher's Confessions. Is there an artist that you've been in the studio with and you were like, I can't stand this motherfucker. I can't wait to get out of the studio.
Yeah.
I'm not saying name. Don't have to name the name.
Yeah, definitely want to name names, but yeah, definitely. You know, you get in those situations, but it's about being professional. I've never walked out on an artist. Never.
Did you want to though?
I wanted to. I wanted to, but I believe that, you know, that's my job. Because I'm not just a writer, a producer, but I'm a therapist, I'm a psychologist. I gotta really figure out the psyche of the brain and kind of figure out how we can make this work. I've dealt with artists who started with me and they had super low self-esteem. You would never guess.
Really?
You gotta help them build them up.
What do you mean, like self-esteem about their song?
Success does not bring self-esteem. People don't understand that. Success brings spotlight. You are who you are in your heart. Sometimes there's some greatness in you that needs to be tapped into, and it's a confidence in you that needs to be tapped into. I feel like I have a gift of doing that. If a person will allow me, you know, that's the first step. They gotta allow me to do that, allow me to do my job, you know. So yeah, you know, I've seen those things, and I've seen people grow in a matter of 2 years. I've seen people grow in a matter of 6 months, you know, 10 years, you know. So I just believe in that process, and I respect that process. But even with that being said, for the past 2 years, I haven't been writing for artists.
You've been writing for yourself.
Yeah, and I enjoy it way more. You know, I feel like it's more gratifying.
So you being stingy just a little bit?
Not even so much being stingy. It's just like you spend 2-3 years working on a project. You spend 6-7 months with artists every day, and then they'll get a hit from you. And the next time you won't hear from them.
So,
even when you still on fire. Not like you went cold. Yeah, not like you went ice cold. It's just that people chase fads and they chase sounds as opposed to substance and quality. See, I don't write fads. If you listen to the records that I produce, I don't write like, you know, trendy records. I write songs that I feel like is stand the test of time. Sometimes you're going to have a more difficult time than a person who got that sound of the month or that sound of the year or the summer. Because everybody wants that sound. Right. Oh, I want to be in the club. That's the record. I need to work with this person because they got the club stuff. As opposed to like, I just want a great song. If you want a great song, you know, I feel like And I feel like I've earned the right to be able to say I'm the guy to come to if you want a great quality song that's gonna challenge you the way you thinking. Even with Be Like, people will like hear that and be like, oh,
yeah.
But if you listen to the lyric and the melody of the song, it's a quality record.
Absolutely.
It's a real, true, strong melody, and it's really saying something. And I feel like a lot of times artists get caught up in the right now, and they forget about the forever.
Because right now, it'll, like you said, it'll fade.
It'll fade.
It'll be like, oh, the summer hit, but then next year it won't be.
It's these A&R's faults too, because I feel like, you know,
preach.
These like glorified babysitters, you know. So basically, if you breaking an artist, the worst thing you could do is break them with what's the hot sound right now, unless they created that hot sound, right?
Nice.
But you don't ever break an artist based upon what's trending. You know why? Because they have no identity now.
Right.
They're associated with that trend.
Yep.
And as soon as that trend is over, now they chasing what's the new thing. You understand?
And trying to find themselves musically.
Yeah, musically they're trying to find themselves, and it's a gift and a curse sometimes, even with, you know, artists who have incredible talent. You know what I mean? I think O.T. Genesis is an incredible talent, right? But on his record, he rapping with the accent. But I'm in love with you, right?
Go,
and I hope nobody sees this and take this any kind of way. But now when I hear him on the record, well, I've heard him before, I'm familiar with his work. But when people hear him when he rapping like himself, his own accent, they don't recognize it.
They don't recognize it.
Yeah, and I think that he's got enough talent to consistently make more records. He can really rap. But I just think he's in a tough position. I really do.
Because
I don't have no reason to you know, struggling to get ego. I keep it a buck all the time, you know. So when I look at that, I hope you know nobody sees this and take offense to that, because that's not what I'm trying to do. But I just know I'm using that as an example of somebody who's talented. Now imagine somebody who's just okay. You know how much more difficult it's gonna be for them. And I'm not saying that it won't happen for him again. I'm not trying to say he won't have another hit. That's definitely not what I'm trying to imply. What I'm saying is it's gonna be a bit more difficult because, you know, he was animating on the Coco. I think he was trying to relay this, you know, this I think Spanish type of accent. And it was a dope delivery, and it was a genius concept the way he did it. But I think when people hear you on another record, they're gonna be like, who's that?
Right.
Because they expect you to be like, got it, but on every record, you know what I mean? So,
a lot of times people, especially this day and age, don't necessarily receive that. Because they're like, okay.
We got short attention spans, especially in urban culture anyway.
We do.
I feel like it was designed that way. It was designed that way for us to think the way we think because they wanted to limit us. You know, and you gotta blame a lot of, you know, people. You know, it's just like.
But yeah, we pick the music. So I mean, we pick the music.
We pick what's given to us. Let's I want y'all to always understand that it's never us making it. It's like when I want you to do something, if I really want you to do something, I'll present you with the options, limited, and knowing that you'll go with this option. That's all it is, you know. So I think a lot of times in our music and our culture, we're so stuck in a certain type of record. We're so stuck in a certain type in a right now. Like I say all the time, people are focused on right now and not on forever. Because if I listen every day to this turn up,
I know, yeah,
right?
That's what you want to hear.
I enjoy turn up, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? I can't clean my house and turn up all day. You know? But
right.
my mother cleaned the house to the eyes, to Gerald Levert.
Yeah,
you know, to songs that meant something, that stuck to you. And I feel like the reason why people don't buy albums is because they don't have no reason to. Like they don't feel connected to these artists.
Right.
Every summer's a new guy. The secret is who can stick around. I think the Migos did a great job of sticking around and being consistent, you know.
They did for a while. They had the street.
Yeah, and it's about being able to not have one record and then really have a true identity with or without radio, you know, doing anything. I think it's a certain artist, Rich Homie, I think is one of those artists who I think could make, you know.
I do too.
So I'm using these examples because I don't want people to think I'm anti those type of artists.
Right.
I'm just saying, don't be a fly by night. Don't make the records that you feel like I gotta make. It's like when you meet a kid and they're like, you don't want you to hear my new record, and the look is like, turn up, flex, turn up, flex.
Like I've heard that before.
You're like, bro, you're not even trying to be creative.
Right.
You're just trying to hear the new terminology and you're trying to put it on the hook, and that means you don't really respect the culture. Right. So a lot of those guys who I just named, you know, Migos, Rich Homie, those guys I listen to their records and I'm like, he get it. Now he's just speaking his language. You can't be upset with him if he's saying what's in right now to say because he's from there.
Right.
Now if somebody's not from that culture, not from that, and he's just making a hook because that's what everybody's saying, then you're a culture vulture. You know, you're just trying to take away from the substance.
So speaking of which, Rich Homie Quan, Migos, have you worked with any of
I worked with Migos. You know, shout out to Rel. I ain't really work with him, but we vibed in the studio once. I just got a good feel for him. I think Quavo is a genius.
Yeah.
I think Quavo should write records. I said that to him. I said, I was telling Rel and what was his Coach K. I was like, yo, Quavo should write a song. I would love to get in the studio with Quavo and make records.
Nice.
You know, like write records for Rihanna and Beyonce and Usher. I think he has a amazing take on words and an amazing take on melody. And I think he challenges himself, even though it comes easy to him. I think he's saying something that's just like, I think the genius thing in writing the songs is to say the most obvious thing in a way that's never been said before.
I know, you like that is so common,
yeah,
but the way you put the word
I
play.
didn't think about it.
Yeah.
No, when I wrote There Goes My Baby for Usher, people was like, I could have wrote that.
Yeah. Right.
But it's supposed to make you feel like it was so basic and simple. Not basic, simple, plain. You know what I mean? It's just like you made it so plain for me, because a complex thought, a complex idea is always hidden inside of something so normal.
That is so true.
You know what I mean? So I just wanted to. I feel like when I hear Quavo, I see that. You know, when I hear Rich Homie's, you know, I hear his pain in the music he makes, and I hear his passion behind it. You know what I mean? When he had a record I heard about a couple years ago, he was saying, "We ain't never gonna work. We ain't never working. I don't want my mom to work."
Right. And everybody feels that because it's like, man.
It's just like I'm trying to make it. Every record is not. Every song from him is not like, get money, turn up, girl, pop it.
Pop lean, Molly, we in the club, throw money.
It can't be that, because in order for you to, if it was that, he wouldn't be selling out every venue that he goes to.
Absolutely.
Because people wouldn't be interested in who you are. People connect to who you are when they feel your pain.
Absolutely. Now, I know you work with, like I said, everybody. Is there one particular artist that you have not worked with? Who would you like to work with? I know that's so cliche, but I'm thinking like, as a producer, songwriter, you've been in this game for a long time. Who is that one artist that you would love to work with?
Taylor Swift. I think she is super dope songwriter.
I love Taylor.
Yeah, I love Taylor Swift. Her songs are incredible. Just her songwriting and her the ideas she comes up with, the way she speaks for the girl next door, the way she speaks for the girl with low self-esteem, the way she speaks for the woman with high self-esteem. She has a way of embodying all females, and I think that's dope. And I would love to go none of the facts. So when I'm speaking, I want to enlighten them. I think the most common thing that people say, especially in urban culture, black people, is, I never heard of that. Well, guess what? Anything you've ever heard of, there was a point in your life when you never heard of it.
Right, exactly.
Stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I think people
common
always,
sense is not common.
Yeah, people always say, even right now in interviews, somebody gonna be watching this and be like, Rico Love, I never heard of him. All right, that's why I'm here.
Google.
But it's just the way that this is our way. Yeah. It's just our way of just kind of, shitting on people. That's like that's what we love to do.
Yeah, we do.
You know, it's like so I think in our culture it's always good to educate yourself. But Rufus Wainwright is an incredible songwriter. He has an album called One, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. And I would love to be able to work with. If I can get Rufus Wainwright, myself, Kanye West, Taylor Swift, that would be cool.
Nice. So let's talk about your album then.
Yeah.
Turn the lights on, literally. Like, for those of you who don't know, if you've ever heard a song, I know you heard plenty of songs, but in the beginning it says, it has the soft drop that turn the lights on. And that's Rico Love. Yeah. That's his stamp. So let's talk about the album, who you have on it, and what you're speaking about. Are you still talking about these girls ain't ish?
No.
Are you, or is it something different?
These girls want ish. I said these B words ain't ish.
I can't say the B word.
No, but that ain't girls.
Well, these bitches.
I'm not describing. I want to be very clear.
Okay, very clear about what you're saying.
I'm not just a guy who goes out and talk crazy about women.
I
say the obvious. I respect and love women and hold them to such high standards, so that when I see things that aren't honorable, I'm gonna speak up on it, because I feel like that falls apart. It's impossible for any way to have. Like, you need a president, gotta have a first lady.
Absolutely.
They won't even elect you if you ain't married.
Absolutely.
Name one president who wasn't married. Like,
I know that.
They can't even elect you. We need it. We need women. So I feel like I point out things that I see, and I point out things in men that's corny too. But everybody pinpoints when I say the women's part, But I just think if you're not taking care of your children, and you'd rather take a trip, and you'd rather be in the club and be with your babies.
Right.
I don't want that. And I got a problem with that, and I'm gonna speak up on it. But it's okay for a guy to say, bend over, pop that, It's okay.
And then we in the club just like, what?
Nobody got no debate. Nobody got an attitude. But I say, take care of them babies, sweetheart. Then it's like, well, I can't believe you said the B word.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. You gotta pick the poison. So, with the album, Turn the Lights On, it's coming out May 19th. I'm super excited about it. My new single, Somebody Else, I'm really, really excited about that. Not sure, you heard it, but it's an incredible song. It's doing so tremendous for me at radio, and I'm excited about that. But What the album is, Turn the Lights On, it represents truth. It represents what happened to me. The light came on me. The light represents fame, money, and success. What happened to me when I got money? Now I can talk to you about how much money I got and how many cars I drive and how big my house is, but who want to hear that?
Yeah, so what
I want
happened
to tell
to
you what happened to my way of thinking. How did it affect my relationship? How did it affect all the things in my life? And the end of it, it's like the story. It's like the end of the story. I started off with somebody else's life. Right? He lost a girl. He had this amazing woman. He lost her. How did he lose her? How did success play a part in losing that amazing person that was in your life? And the album discusses that. And those type of things is a true reality in success and fame. What happens to you when you get money? How do you view things? I had friends of mine who were super rich and they got a divorce and had to give a woman half. So that made me alter my choice for marriage. Most people would be like, why are you not married? You'd be like, you're afraid. Why are you afraid? Yeah, why are you afraid? Because of yourself. You're not afraid because what she'll do. You're afraid of what you'll do. You're like, what if I don't live right? What if I don't do the right thing? And now I got to give up half of what I worked for? Now that's a thing, the dilemma that comes up in the mind of a person who's successful. Or what about people stealing from you already? What about not trusting women, not trusting guys around you who might be your friends and might be shady, might try to take you? What about not being able to close your eyes around a stranger because you're scared they're going to take a picture of you? What about not being, people trying to extort you and all type of crazy things going on? I feel like it's a huge dichotomy of things that we don't discuss. And I want to make an album about it. I want to make true songs about it. It ain't no turn up on the album chart. Everybody wanna, we don't got that. We just got a bunch of great songs that's gonna stand the test of time. It sounds like a record that I feel like all my people gonna relate to, because I've always made music that my people relate to. I was singing and rapping, and I never had a problem with black people loving my music, and I'm not gonna change that. But
black, white, it doesn't matter what color.
It's important for me for black people to love my music.
Why? Now why?
Very important.
Why?
Because the message is for them. If I don't lift up my people first, I'm doing myself and everybody else a disservice. I want all people to love my music.
Okay.
But it's very important for me to make sure that my people like my music. Okay. Not for cool points, not for street credibility.
Right.
Just because I have something to say and I want to grow us. And that's why when I come to these stations, when I come to do radio runs, I make sure I spend time speaking on things that people don't speak about.
Right.
I make sure I spend time educating everybody because I want to be educated. When I'm around somebody, I want to learn something.
Absolutely.
When y'all have Kanye here, I watch.
Yeah.
When y'all have somebody here, I'm looking. I'm like, what can I get from this information? I honestly, even all the Streetz 94.5 listeners, I want y'all to say to yourself honestly, don't you get sick of somebody coming in and saying, what up? Yeah, I'm coming out next week.
And they have nothing to say.
They got nothing to say.
Stimulate your mind.
I don't care if you're the most hood individual, if you're the most ratchet girl. You gotta be honest with yourself and say you want to be the light, you want to learn something, you want to grow. So I feel like with my record, it's important for me to do that. And with the music, I just feel like I got something more to offer you, more value to offer you than how much money I made. And that's what the album's about.
Nice. So May 19th.
May 19th, the new single "Somebody Else" is on iTunes right now. I know y'all not playing it yet, but we're working on that.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
So I think it's important for people to check out the music, even if you don't want to buy it on iTunes. Just hit the YouTube link, check it out. The video is out. It's doing extremely well, around the country, and I just really I'm excited about what's going.
Nice, love the video by the way.
Thank you.
You're in all white.
Yeah.
Said okay, it's like Rico, he's clean. But I love it, so we'll have it on our website at streetz94.5FM.
No.
Alright, Rico Love, Streetz Fest coming up. You gonna stop by?
Yeah, I'm stop by.
Absolutely, show love. Thank you for coming by. I know you're a busy man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Alright, Rico Love in studio, guys. Streetz 94.5.